Welcome back, Starstruck TV viewers. Today, we're breaking down the intense and emotionally charged ending of Cross 2024, the Amazon Prime series that reimagines the legendary Alex Cross for a new generation. If you've been following this series, you know it's packed with twists, complex characters, and some of the most personal stakes Alex Cross has faced in his career. But how does the first season tie up its loose ends? And what does it set up for the future? Grab a seat and let's dive into a detailed exploration of the season finale. Spoiler alert: if you haven't finished watching the series, we're diving into everything: the motives, the revelations, and the explosive conclusion. So consider this your official warning. The big revelation. The season's core mystery revolves around the death of Maria Cross, Alex's beloved wife, and its connection to two chillingly calculated killers, Peter Lennox and Nancy, also known by her ominous nickname, Street Mother. The reveal of Nancy as Damon Cross's piano teacher, a role she used to infiltrate the Cross family home, was a shocking twist. Her connection to Peter Lennox, a grieving lover seeking vengeance for the death of Nolan, added layers of depth to their shared vendetta against Alex Cross. Nancy and Peter represent the dual faces of vengeance. Nancy's maternal yet sinister presence was a sharp contrast to Peter's raw pain and rage, but together, their partnership was terrifyingly effective. The duo targeted Alex not only to avenge Nolan's death, but to completely dismantle his world, beginning with his family. This plotline expertly wove together elements of suspense and tragedy, showing how deeply Alex's professional life bleeds into his personal world. The death of Maria wasn't just a tragic accident. It was an orchestrated act of vengeance by two individuals who believed Alex was to blame for their suffering. Alex's personal stakes. Alex Cross has always been a detective driven by justice, but this case hit him where it hurt most: his family. The finale did an excellent job of portraying Alex as more than just a brilliant investigator. We see him as a grieving husband, a protective father, and a man wrestling with his own feelings of guilt. The confrontation with Nancy and Peter was deeply personal. Alex's stoicism and determination were put to the test as he faced the people responsible for his wife's death. The show highlighted the emotional weight of Alex's choices, balancing his drive to seek justice with his fear of losing more loved ones. Through Damon's perspective, we also got a glimpse of how these events impact the younger members of the Cross family. Nancy's betrayal as his piano teacher added a layer of psychological trauma, making the season's resolution as much about emotional healing as it was about catching the perpetrators. The final showdown, the season's climax, saw Alex piecing together the connections between Nolan, Peter Lennox, and Nancy. The build-up to the final confrontation was tense, with the stakes growing higher as Alex realized how close Nancy had been to his family all along. When the showdown finally came, it was a gripping blend of emotional confrontation and edge-of-your-seat action. Peter Lennox's pain and anger boiled over, making him a formidable and dangerous opponent. Meanwhile, Nancy's cold and calculating demeanor turned chillingly desperate as Alex closed in on her. The resolution was satisfying, with both villains being held accountable for their crimes. But the series avoided a clean-cut victory for Alex, showing that while justice was served, the scars left behind by Nancy and Peter's actions would linger. Unpacking the motives. What made the finale so compelling was the way it humanized its villains. Peter Lennox wasn't a one-dimensional antagonist. His actions, though horrific, were driven by grief over Nolan's death. Similarly, Nancy, as Street Mother, was more than a sinister mastermind. She was a twisted reflection of misplaced loyalty and a warped sense of family. This nuanced approach to the villains made their conflict with Alex all the more poignant. They weren't just random criminals, they were deeply tied to the Cross family's tragedy, making the story feel more intimate and personal. While Nancy, also known as Street Mother, is captured, her influence lingers well beyond the final scene. Alongside Peter Lennox, she wasn't just a villain targeting Alex Cross. She represented the deep and personal threats Alex faces in his line of work. The duo's calculated pursuit of revenge, stemming from their ties to Nolan and their shared vendetta against Alex, raised the stakes to a terrifying level. Nancy's role as Damon's piano teacher gave her chillingly easy access to the Cross household, highlighting just how vulnerable even the most vigilant families can be. Her manipulative guise as a nurturing figure, a piano teacher with a warm demeanor, only made the eventual reveal of her true nature more shocking. Her ability to infiltrate Alex's most sacred spaces left a mark, showing how personal vendettas can create devastating consequences. Peter Lennox, as Nolan's grieving lover, brought his own layer of complexity. His partnership with Nancy wasn't merely about revenge, it was an expression of loyalty and shared pain that turned deadly. Together, their actions left a dark legacy for the Cross family, proving that even when justice is served, the emotional and psychological fallout remains. Nancy's final taunt, implying that Alex will never truly escape the consequences of his past, creates an unsettling sense of unfinished business. While this chapter may have closed, the scars it left on Alex and his family set the stage for even deeper challenges ahead. What it means for Season 2. The ending leaves us with plenty of questions and anticipation for what's next. Will Alex be able to find peace, or will the shadow of Maria's death continue to haunt him? How will Damon and the rest of the family recover from the trauma of having their home infiltrated and their loved one targeted? The show has also set the stage for new challenges. With Nancy and Peter's vendetta resolved, what kind of adversary could step into their place? The finale hinted at Alex's growing awareness of how his work puts those he loves at risk, suggesting that future conflicts may delve even deeper into his personal and professional struggles. The themes: justice, morality, and resilience. One of the reasons the finale resonates so strongly is because it ties together the show's overarching themes. At its heart, Cross is about justice, not just the kind that comes from catching criminals, but the kind that involves understanding and confronting the darker aspects of human nature. Nancy's character serves as a mirror to Alex, forcing him to question his own methods and motivations. Her assertion that Alex is just as manipulative and obsessive as she is hits uncomfortably close to home. While Alex ultimately rejects her worldview, the finale leaves us with the sense that he'll carry these questions with him moving forward. The resilience of Alex and his family is another key theme. Despite the trauma they've endured, they emerge from the ordeal stronger and more united. This sense of hope, however fragile, is what gives the finale its emotional weight. Final thoughts. Cross, 2024, delivered an ending that was as emotional as it was gripping. The series expertly balanced its thrilling plot with deeply personal stakes, making it a standout in the crime drama genre. Nancy and Peter's roles as villains brought layers of complexity and emotional resonance, ensuring that their impact will be felt long after their capture. The finale wasn't just a resolution, it was a stepping stone, setting the stage for even greater challenges and higher stakes in Season 2. Whether you came for the suspense, the drama, or the exploration of Alex Cross as a character, this season delivered on all fronts. What did you think of the season finale? Were you satisfied with how things wrapped up, or are you hoping for even more twists and turns in Season 2? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives and breakdowns of your favorite shows. Until next time, this is Starstruck TV, signing off.